And it was also a little bit like, the crew were like, what kind of film are we making here? Because we'd kind of, up to that point, it felt more like a period drama, and then we had this kind of gothic scene that was kind of emotional and scary, so everybody was, it was cool.
Miss Emily Bronte.
You're off to become a wonderful teacher.
You know I don't like to meet new people.
Hi.
Hi!
So my name's Olivia and I'm
Hi,
with
Olivia.
Cineworld.
Oh,
And we're very
cool.
excited to be bringing Emily to the big screen. Yeah, I'll kick it off with the first question. So Emily is based on sort of a biographical approach and historical fiction and bits of Wuthering Heights. And I was wondering if you could talk me how you kind of came to decide on this approach when you were directing Emily.
I mean, I think when Emily wrote Wuthering Heights, I think there was a lot of different kind of elements that she used to tell this story. Like apparently she listened to Beethoven a lot around that time, and they were into Gothic literature at the time. So I kind of took the same approach with this. I did all my research, and then I just let my imagination kind of run wild, or let it go where it wanted to go. And for me, Emily's always been someone who kind of represents someone who has a very authentic voice and was very much their own person, and also a rebel. I didn't really want to tell a story that's just like a traditional biopic, because the audience that I wanted the film to reach was people your age, you know. And those films are beautiful, but they're quite niche, and I wanted this film to kind of really sing out to a whole kind of a younger generation as well.
Do you think I could be a writer? I have lots of stories.
Mr. Wayton will be tutoring you in French.
He speaks with such poetry.
Any man can speak. What I want to know is, can he actually do?
Do what?
With that, the kind of main elements that I drew from Emily were that it was a film about passion and perseverance and romance. And if there was one thing that you would like audiences to take away from Emily when they see it, what would you like that to be?
I mean, I think for me, it's about just being yourself. And if that self is different from other people, that's all right, you know? And be true to your own kind of, because I believe to be a human being is to be creative. So, like, just be true to your own creative, whatever that is, you know? And don't judge it, because Lord knows enough other people will. So just be yourself, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I absolutely love that message, especially with getting the film across to younger audiences. That's such an important message to have.
Yeah, it's tough
as well.
now, I think, with everything online, and everyone's so hyper aware of like what they write and how it will be perceived and all of that.
Yeah, 100%. And kind of with that in mind, I guess, filming in the Yorkshire Moors is such a stunning, beautiful landscape, and the cinematography was incredible. Why do you think that young audiences should get out and see Emily on the big screen?
I think, because it is quite an emotional experience, the film, which is kind of, you know, which is also the soundscapes that we put in, and then the vista, and so it does feel very immersive, the whole world. You will feel like you've gone somewhere and you've had an experience, and that experience hopefully is exciting and emotional, and, you know, because I think cinema should be all those things, you know.
You're supposed to be an artist, so be an artist.
What is that?
I wrote it.
Freedom in thought!
Freedom in thought!
Come on! Freedom in thought!
Freedom in thought!
Yeah, there's the shared experience of being in a room together with other people.
Yeah, because God knows, but, you know, we also need that, you know, in terms of like the pandemic and coming out of that. Like we just did 5 screenings across London last night, and it was so lovely in each room, they're all packed out, to people just kind of together sharing this cinematic experience. I mean, that's kind of, it does feel pretty good to share a story together.
Yeah, it's such a special moment.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that when you were filming in the Yorkshire Moors, it can be quite chilling at times. And there were quite a few moments of suspense in the film as well that was kind of a little bit scary. What was the atmosphere like on set when you were filming these scenes?
I mean, the mask scene was, I mean, in between takes was quite giggly, to be honest, during some bits of it. And other bits was very serious as well. So it was kind of, I mean, that scene was a bit of a juggernaut to shoot, and there were a lot of different kind of parts to it. And then the last bit when we had the wind machine, when the windows blew open, everybody went a little bit silly.
Yeah, I can imagine. Was that kind of your favourite on-set moment, the mask scene, or were
There were lots of really great things, I think, but that was that was something where the actors really enjoyed doing that scene, I think. And it was also, parts of it were really fun to shoot. And it was also a little bit like, the crew were like, what kind of film are we making here? Because we'd kind of, up to that point, it felt more like a period drama. And then we had this kind of gothic scene that was kind of emotional and scary. So everybody was, but it was cool.
Who are you?
You wait and see.